Okay. In the at the moment, let's do our retained income. So let us check our C. Let us see. Let us see Roman figure number one. They said dividends and shares, and then they say that our interim dividends of 600,000 rand were paid on the 31st of December. So they provided us with our interim dividends amount. Let's go record it. And then our interim dividends amounts to 600,000. They provided us with a figure there. No need to calculate it. And then they told us that the directors declared a final dividend of 22 cents per share on the 30th of June 2015 on all shares issued to date. So shares repurchased on the 31st of May 2015 do not qualify for final dividends. And then how did you calculate your final dividends there? Because surely you managed to calculate it. You can see.
What I did is I took my because the statement states that how I understood the transaction was that because the repurchase on the 31st of May do not qualify for the final dividends. So what I did is I took the issued for July 2014, and then I also took the one for the 15th of August 14, and then I I edited like the whole amount, and then I timed by the 22 cents.
And then that's how you got your final dividends.
Yeah, which was
Now, what is a repurchase?
uh, the buyback of the shares.
Who buy back those shares?
Is it shareholders?
3 million. Buyback is when the company buy back its shares from the shareholders. Buyback is when the company repurchases its shares from shareholders. That's what you call buyback. Buyback. And then our buyback, we minus it. Or aren't we minusing it? We minus our buyback. Okay, apologies. Let me just read my phone. Thank you. You say that buyback is when the company buy back its shares from shareholders. Okay, and then we get additional issued shares, which amounts to 1 million rand. Which amounts to 1 million rand. Let me just everything that you do. 3,100,000. Then we have repurchase. Repurchase. Therefore, is 2,908. 3,908. Okay. Okay, can you please explain to us again? I want to understand. I just wanted to write that table before that I can understand. You said that you say 3 million plus 1 million rand, right? In which you say 4 million multiplied by our 22 cents, which is 0.22. Am I correct? That's what you said,
Yes,
right?
and then give me
That's what you said.
4,000.
Yeah, don't tell me the amount yet. That is what you said, right? And then, okay. Uh, but then do you realize that they said shares repurchase do not qualify for a buyback? That's what they're saying. Shares repurchase do not qualify for a buyback. If ever they do not qualify for buyback, it simply means that you should minus your repurchase. Amongst these shares, these are the shares that you had. You had 4 million shares. And then you repurchased 20,000 shares. So, and then they told you that shares repurchased do not qualify for buyback. In your 4 million rand, you still have those shares in which, in your 4 million rand there, in your value there, in 4 million rand, you still have the shares that you have repurchased. In 4 million, you still have those shares in which you repurchase. And then they told you that those shares in which you repurchase do not qualify for a buyback. Hence, you must minus them. So each and every single time when they tell you that shares repurchase do not qualify for a buyback, always know that you'll use the shares at the end. Shares do not qualify for a buyback, you always use the shares at the end. Whenever you're using 4 million rand, you are simply saying that they qualify for a buyback. You haven't minus the one that have been repurchased. Qualify for whenever they say qualified for repurchase, you are supposed to minus those shares that have been repurchased because you're not supposed to give them dividends. Hence, you're supposed to minus them. So in a calculation, you are supposed to say 3,980,000 multiplied by 22 cents. 3,908,000 multiplied by 22 cents. Let's calculate it. You understand it, right? On why we
Everything is clear.
use that value. Okay. And then our repurchase, our final dividends will amount to 875,600. And then let's calculate the total dividends. For us to get the total of our dividend, we'll say our interim amount, meaning 600,000, plus 875,600. And then we get 8,147,500. And then remember, your dividends are supposed to be in brackets. And then what about your repurchase? How did you calculate your repurchase there? Please tell us. Remember that for repurchase, you have repurchase that you have. Remember that with regards to repurchase, we want the repurchase that we have to record there in our retained income. So how did you calculate it? Please tell us your calculation there.
I divided my my 39, like the value on the left hand side for the first one and the second value on the right hand side. And then it gave me like 1,3, and the 1,3
Okay, how
I
did you
times
get?
it by
Relax, relax. How did you get 1,3?
I divided.
Okay, tell us the calculation. Tell us which amounts. Tell us the amount, the formula, so that you can
No, I'm sorry.
calculate.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I took those those two amounts
Which ones? Because you have various
for the
amounts.
beginning and issued.
Yes, but then specify the okay, tell us what we are going to take. Maybe we are going to take 20,000 rand and divide it by 3,980,000 rand. That's what I'm saying. Because currently you're saying we divide and what in which I don't understand. So tell us what you actually did. Okay, be specific, man. So what did you do? Which amounts did you take? Because currently I'm holding a calculator, just waiting for you. Because I know that you repurchase
I took
what
the 1,000,007
1,700,000.
plus the one on top.
Which amounts to how much? Plus the one on top. Or this one.
Yes, that one.
And divide by how much?
By the 3,000,000 plus the 1,000,000.
Then you get how much? Because I get 1,4.
Yes, that's the right amount.
So we're going to use the 1,4 here. Are you going to use 1,4 here also?
I'm gonna multiply it by the 20,000
Why are you using 1,4?
because so I can get my other value.
Okay, I'm perplexed here. If ever okay, let's focus here. Let's focus on the retained income. We are on the retained income currently. We are seeing that on the retained income, I'll see 1,4 multiplied by 20,000 rand so that I get my value. And then that value that I get,
No,
is that what you're saying?
no, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna take the difference, which they gave me. Like, I'm sorry, I thought like we are finishing off the thingy, but then we're gonna take our difference, which is the one in our transactions minus it with the 1,4.
Which one in our transaction? 250, 50,000 or 50,000.
Yes, 2,50.
So we'll say 250 minus 1,4. And then we
Which
get
is 1,1.
1,1. We'll multiply by 20,000. 20,000 multiplied by 1,1, we get 22,000. Let's get the balance at the end. Okay. Say balance at the beginning, meaning 2,700,000 plus 1,750,000 minus 22,000, meaning minus repurchase, and also minus your dividends, meaning minus 1,475,600. And then we get your balance at the end, in which amounts to, I get 2,952,000. Please confirm it also.
It's the right figure.
So write it here when you do your 2,952,400. And then you add it with your share capital plus 5,572,000. Then you should get your shareholders' equity, which amounts to 8,524,400. And then we are done with our net profit. We are done with our retained income and also the calculation of net profit. So we can simply wrap up with our balance sheet. In our balance sheet, they provided us with the values for non-current asset and also our share capital. So let us do our balance sheet. Let us do our balance sheet. Okay, let's start with the current assets. Remember that for our current asset, you have your inventory. And then you know that in your inventory, you record your trading stock on hand, right? For inventory, you record the likes of your trading stock on hand, your consumable stores on hand, your stationery on hand, and so forth. That's what you record on your inventory. So let us look for those amounts. For trading stock on hand, your trading stock on hand amounted to 1,191,900. That was your trading stock on hand. You can write it here. And then you know that will add with the likes of your stationery on hand, consumable stores on hand, and so forth. Packing material on hand. Let us check in our trial balance whether we have those such transactions. We have ordinary retained mortgage, fixed asset, trading stock, debtors, provision for business, cash and cash. So we don't have it. So simply means that for inventory, this will be our final answer. 191,900. And then we go to a trade and other receivable. If ever you remember very well, for trade and other receivable, you have a debtors control, right? In your note for trade and other receivable, you have debtors control. Let us check our debtors control amount. Our debtors control amount is 316,000. Can I debtors control? What do you minus? What do you minus in your debtors control?
The minus of bad debts
And then you get the initial amount.
on adjustment.
Okay, tell us our trade and other receivable note structure so that we can be able to write this one. Please tell us our structure.
It's
Okay.
debtors control minus bad debts on adjustment. And then we lessen it with provision for bad debts
Which
that we
provision?
have calculated in our income statement.
Okay, thank you. And then
Our net trade debtors, and then we have our accrued income. That is in our prepaid expense.
okay. So in our adjustment, we saw Gucci, there's no bad debts, right? In our adjustment, there's no bad debts. There's no transaction that talks about bad debts. Meaning we'll have to minus it with our provision for bad debt. And then based on what you said, you told us that we have to minus our provision for bad debt that is in our adjustments, right? So here we'll say minus 9,000. They did not say that minus 9,000 rand. And then we also said that we'll add it with our accrued income and add it with the prepaid expense. So let us check our accrued income. In our trial balance, let us check whether we have accrued income or prepaid expense. Trial balance, accrued income. Do you have accrued income in our trial balance?
No, we do not.
Okay, we have accrued income. So we have accrued income in
Oh.
the trial balance. They provided us with accrued income, which amounts to 5,200. We'll say plus 5,200. What about prepaid expense? Do we have prepaid expense either in our trial balance or adjustment? In our trial balance, we don't have prepaid expense. What about adjustment? Is there any adjustment that talks
For
about prepaid
insurance,
expense here?
insurance.
And then insurance. And then our prepaid expense, we say that it amounted to 4,500. You still remember it, right? We did calculate it. And then let's insert it in our calculator. 316 minus 9,000 plus 5,200 plus 4,500. In which you get how much? 316,700. Then let us go to a cash and cash equivalent. What do you record in? Tell me, please tell us our cash and cash equivalent structure.
We record bank that is favorable, petty cash, cash float, and fixed deposit that matures within 12 months. Yeah.
Fixed deposit that matures within 12 months. We said that where are you going to find it? In your adjustments. Okay, let us check the likes of petty cash. Your bank. Our bank amount, and we said that with regards to our bank, you only write your bank if you have it on the debit side, right? Do you have bank? Or they say that our
No,
cash
do
and
not
cash
have
equivalent. Cash and cash
the
equivalent
balance.
is the balancing fee. The balancing fee. Hectic. It's hectic. I think this is the point whereby we say accounting is difficult. Oh, we also have adjustments. Damn. Okay. Uh, Next. What should we do next? Let us do a mortgage loan, which is our long-term loan, eh? Let us do a loan. Neutral balance, let us check whether we have mortgage loan amount. Yes, neutral balance here, the mortgage loan amount, which amounts to 262,000. 262,200. That is your mortgage loan amount, your long-term loan. Let us see our adjustment to see whether we have any transaction that talks about mortgage loan. But then if ever you don't have any transaction that talks about mortgage loan, it simply means that that amount of 262,200 will be our final answer. But then we do have a checkered transaction either. They are saying that the mortgage loan from Custom Bank was obtained on the 1st of April 2014. This will be repaid over the next 6 years. We're going to repay it over the next 6 years. A fixed loan repayment, excluding the interest, is made at the end of each month. The first monthly payment was made on the 30th of April 2014. All other loan repayments have been made. Interest is not capitalized and has been recorded properly. Such a beautiful transaction. Such a beautiful transaction. Before we do that, let's start by drawing our financial year. We said that it started on the 1st of July 2014, right? 1st July 2014. And then it will end when? On the 30th of June 2015, right? And then let us check it. They say that loan was obtained on the 1st of April 2014. 1st of April does not fall within our financial year, right? Our 1st of April does not fall within our financial year, meaning we bought it a year before. We took a loan a year before on our previous financial year. Let's draw up our previous financial year to see. Our previous financial year simply means that it ended on the 30th of June 2014. And then it began on the 1st of July 2013. This is our previous year financial year. They say that we took a loan on the 1st of April, meaning probably here, midway our previous financial year. And then the first payment was made when? On the 30th of April. 30 April. That's what you know. They took our loan on the previous financial year. And then they say that all the repayments have been made. The first payment was made in April. The second one, May, it was made. And then the third one was made in June. Meaning in a previous financial year, we made 3 payments of loan for 3 months. 3 payments. Remember that for your loan, they say that you do monthly repayments that are equivalent. You do monthly repayments that are equivalent. Meaning if ever you're going to pay 10,000 Rand for your loan, you're going to pay 10,000 Rand up until your loan has been, up until you have finished repaying your loan. That's what you know. So and another thing that you should highlight is that it will be repaid over 6 years. We are going to repay our loan over 6 years. You will say 6 years. Remember that in that 6 years, we are going to do monthly repayments. You will say 6 years multiply by what? Multiply by 12. So that you can clearly see that in your 6 years, how many repayments are you going to make? You will say 6 multiplied by 12 to see in over 6 years, how many repayments are you going to make? Remember that you do monthly repayments, in which you'll get 72. Meaning over 6 years, we are going to do 72 repayments. Remember that. And then they told you that what? They told you that all the repayments, the first repayment was made on the 30th of April, and then they're telling you that all other repayments have been made and recorded. So they provided us with our loan at the end of the year. At the end of the year. At the end of the year, which is 30 June 2015, we are owing 262,200. That's what you know. At the end of the year, we was owing 262,200. And then they told you that all other repayments have been made. Meaning this year repayments have been made and recorded. For this year, we made 12 repayments. Remember, a year is 12 months, right? Whenever a year is 12 months, it simply means that we made 12 repayments for this year. And then they've been recorded. Why am I doing all of these things? Remember that I'm calculating my short-term loan. The reason in which I'm doing all of these things, I'm calculating my short-term loan. So for this year, we did our 12 repayments. What is a short-term loan? Short-term loan basically is a loan that will be repaid within the next 12 months. Within the next 12 months. So for this year, we made 12 payments, and then the previous year, we made 3 payments. So I'm going to calculate my short-term loan. How am I going to do that? I know that in my 6-year period, I have to do how many repayments? 72, right? In my 6 years, I have to do 72 payments. I'll take 72 repayments minus 12 and also minus 3. I'll say 72 minus 12 and also minus 3. 72 minus 12 and also minus 3. And then we get how much there? 72 minus 12 and also minus 3.
57.
We get 57. 72 represent the months in which you're supposed to repay. our loan is supposed to repay it over 72 months. Tina already we paid 12 months and also we paid 3 months. Hence I'm minusing it. And then when I minus them, I get 57. 57 is basically, these are the months in which I still have to pay my loan. 57 are the months in which are remaining before I can wrap up my loan of 262,200. So how am I going to do that? I'll say, remember I'm calculating my short-term loan. I'll say 262,200 multiply by 12. I'm looking for my short-term loan. 12 divided by what? 57. And then we'll get your short-term loan. Why are you dividing by 57? 57 are the months in which are left for you to repay your loan of 262,200. Therefore, we'll say 262,200 multiply by 12 divided by 57. In which you get how much? You'll get 55,200. So 55,200 is your short-term loan. The loan that you are going to repay within the next 12 months. 55,200. Yeah, 55,200. Okay.
So basically, yeah, I'm looking for the like I get it each and every year I pay for 12 months. So which meaning that I'm looking for the amount that I'm gonna pay for the whole entire 12 months.
Next, that you're going to pay next day.
That is,
Yeah.
that is why I'm looking for it. That is like it's on top.
Yeah. Yeah. In your formula, remember, yeah,
So
you're correct. Amount multiplied by what I want over what I have. I'm looking for my short-term loan and divided by what I have.
so
What do I have? I have
for
57
an
in the
example,
remaining repayments.
okay, so for an example, maybe it's next year. It means that I'm gonna take the 57 minus by 12, then add another 12 on top, and then over the 57 over minus the 12 that I already paid the previous year.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So a short-term loan amounts to 55,200. Short-term loan is 55,200. 55,200. And then remember that our loan here, our mortgage loan was how much, can? Let's check our mortgage loan. It's 262,200. Our mortgage loan amounted to 262,200. On a 262,200, you're going to minus the short-term one, in which the short-term one amounted to 55,200. So say 262,200 minus your short-term, which is 55,200. And then we'll get 207,000 and 207,000. 107,000 there. And then let us go to our current liability. Current liability, let's do this one. Shoulders for dividends, you say that this is our final dividends, right? Shoulders for dividends, this is our final dividends. Let's check our final dividends amount in our retained income. Let's check our final dividends in our retained income. Our final dividend was 875,600. Final dividends 875,600. 875,600. And then we don't have, do we have bank overdraft? No, we don't have bank overdraft. Let's check our trial balance to see whether we have bank overdraft. Are you still following? To see whether you have bank overdraft.
Yes, I am.
So we don't have bank overdraft. So bank overdraft will be dash. We'll have to do our trade in other payable. Other payable. Credit and other payable. Let's check our creditors control. Where's creditors control? Credit and other payable. Please tell me our creditors control amount because I cannot see it here.
It is 26100.
261,000. Okay. Let us check out. I think those two adjustments. Okay. Do we have accrued expense? Let's check accrued expense. In our trial balance, let us check accrued expense and also your income received in advance. Accrued expense, income received in advance.
It's foreign income.
It's income received in advance, which amounted to 2,000 internal. Say plus. That's 2,800. And then the other one, okay. Let us check D and E. D and E. D and E, because you still remember that we have transaction. They're saying that the debit balance of 1,000 Rand debtors ledger must be transferred to his account in the creditor's ledger. A debit balance of 1,000 Rand debtors ledger. What is a debit balance debtors ledger? Let us do our debtors ledger. Debit balance debtors ledger. Debtors ledger is the debtors control, right? It's an asset. Okay. How did you deal with that transaction? There supposed to be a credit balance. Oh, you didn't notice that adjustment.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer it to the correct account, and I'm gonna do a double entry.
We'll do double entry. Okay. In a creditors ledger, okay, that's correct. In creditors ledger, therefore you will. Did you edit or minus it? Yeah, you're correct with regards to double entry. You're definitely correct. But then my question is, in a creditors ledger, did you edit or did you minus it? Oh, you're confused with.
You mean like is it on the debit side or the credit side? Actually, we are applying the concept of each and every debit side there's a credit. So I took it on the opposite side.
Okay, so in our creditors control,